Hey everybody, welcome back. It is number 156 on our count up to 500, and this one is from the Attitude Era. Didn't stay around as long as I think the hope was, but legit tough guy, legit wrestler who easily could have taken down and probably put a lot of the top superstars in holds if he chose to. It's Dan the Beast Severn Ultimate. Now, I was originally going to go with the UFC sweatshirt. It was way too, for one, it was way too expensive, and two, I realized it would be way too bulky because I had something similar in a different color. So finding this on eBay, I found just a gray sweatshirt, throw it over Brock Lesnar. I think we didn't even paint over the tattoos. I think we just threw it over there because it works perfectly, covers them up perfectly. Kept the Brock legs, switched out for boots though, put some white wrist tape. Not the hardest to do actually. And then of course, Cujo, props to him for painting the head to match the body. And it looks great. I think there was a little bit of painting to take out the decal, paint over the decal, but the boots might have been $1 Million Man shorter boots. I forget which boots these were. I don't think there was any painting that. Pretty simplistic, really. So if you want to build yourself a Dan Severn, this won't be a long video on this one. If you want to build yourself a Dan Severn, he was bulkier. Definitely had that super strong, legit. Like I said, legit dude. He took on Ken Shamrock, the UFC legend in that. I mean, I wasn't too familiar with his work. I know though that through videos or through stories, through OSW and all this stuff I've heard, this guy legit could beat up anybody in that roster if he chose to. So, in fact, I think he was in the Brawl for All, but dropped out after injuring himself during a match. The guy was he's strong, but obviously you get injuries as you go legit fighting for, long periods of time. Decided to get out of it, which I think gave the Godfather or somebody a second attempt back in it because they needed a replacement. So then after that, he just kind of faded out. I mean, at the time, WWE was trying anything they could to start competing with WCW. They brought in Ken Shamrock was, I would say, more successful out of the two in the WWF. Of course, Dan would go on to UFC and I think New Japan. I want to say he's a former NWA champion. I know that. Same with Ken Shamrock though. So, but another one, he does have a figure out there. He has two. He has one in UFC, Jax, and he has one in WWE, WWF, Jax, in the bone crunching action. So white or gray t-shirt I think is an accessory. Originally I was going to just have him in wrestling attire, and then I realized he did wrestle sometimes in his t-shirt as well, so it worked perfectly for this. So Dan the Beast Severn for number 156 on our count up to 500.